Welcome to Jen's Extraordinary Life. I'm Jen, and I'm glad you're joining me today. It is a super busy day for me today. It's Vlogmas, so here's one of my Vlogmas posts, but today is one of my busier days of the week, and so I get up really early and then just prep all the meals for the day. It's just me and my husband right now, and so it's not a ton of food, but I just wanted to bring you along and show you what I do to get ready for the day and make it easy so that when I am super busy, we still have food to eat and we're not having to go out and grab something somewhere. We have an actual home-cooked meal. So we'll start with breakfast. I'm gonna make some bacon and some French toast today, and I've already preheated my oven to 375, and I'm gonna bake this in the oven. Now, one thing that I love are these, they're by Reynolds Kitchen. Yeah. They're just pre-cut little parchment paper sheets. And you can see I've taken my cookie sheets and lined them with the parchment paper. And I could have put it the other direction and they would have fit nicely, but I'd like to do it this way so that it goes over the edges. And then that way the grease and everything kind of stays contained to the parchment paper and I don't have a huge mess to clean up. So there's that. We'll go ahead and get that going because that does take a little bit of time. So that's the first thing I'm going to put in, and then I'll get going on my French toast. My husband's up getting ready for work, and so by the time this gets going and he gets ready, he actually works from home, which is really nice. And then I can just take him in a plate and feed him. So anyway, let's get the bacon going. I've been loving this. You've probably seen it in my grocery hauls. This thick cut bacon from Walmart, the extra value or great value brand. Extra value, I don't know where that came from. Anyway, great value. It's really good, and it's actually been, we used to get Oscar Mayer and then another more expensive brand, and I was not a fan of the price or the quality, and this has, the quality has been just as good. Now, I cut my bacon in half. I don't know why. I've just always done that. You don't have to do that. You do whatever you want to do. But I've got one regular package. We usually get the bigger package that I think is like 1.5 pounds. But they were out of that in my last grocery pickup. So this one is, I don't even know if it's 1 pound anymore. Yep, this is 1 pound. This is 1 pound of bacon. And you'll see, I'm gonna use this for our breakfast, but I'm also going to use it for lunch because we're gonna make some sandwiches for lunch, and they're going to have bacon on them because everything's better with bacon, right? Okay, I thought I was going to need 2 sheets because I usually do the 1.5 pounds, but I think I can fit all of this on one pan. So let me just move these little piggies over a little closer to each other. They do shrink up when they cook, so it's not a big deal to have them really close together when you're starting to cook them. All right, little piggies, you're all fitting on one sheet. This is awesome. Less cleanup for me. Okay. I also find that when you're cooking with 1 sheet instead of 2, cooks a little more evenly. There's probably science behind that. Somehow I cut these little pieces off. We'll just stick them on there because who wants to waste any part of bacon? Not this girl. All right, let me grab a towel. I'm going to pop these in the oven, and then we'll get started on the French toast. All right, this is literally my favorite time of year. Love Christmas. Oh, I need some milk. Hang on. Okay. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I love Christmas. Got one of my Christmas mugs out this morning for my coffee. Peppermint mocha creamer. Yummy. All right, breakfast. So French toast, super easy. I guess I need bread too. Super easy to make, super quick to make, but filling, you're gonna need bread. All right, easy peasy. We're gonna crack an egg. I'm gonna take a fork. Whisk that up. Add just a few drops of milk, maybe another drop. I don't always do this, but today I feel like we're gonna have some cinnamon because it's kind of Christmassy. We're gonna put a little cinnamon in our French toast. All right, I might need 2 eggs. We're gonna see. All right, this is so easy to make. I'm just gonna pour my egg in a little dredging bowl. Those were really big eggs, so I was kind of thinking 1 would be enough, but now that I'm looking at it, maybe not so much. All right, so let's move over to the stove because we're gonna do this there. All right, I am going to start my burner on medium. Then I've got some Pam here. I want to coat my pan with Pam. Oh, Pam with Pam. All right, and then you're just going to take your bread and dip both sides in that egg mixture. Yep. 1 egg will probably be enough. We're just going to make 2 pieces of French toast. We're not real big eaters around here. If my boys were here, I'd probably make the whole loaf. But when it's just me and my husband, 1 piece of French toast and a whole lot of bacon because protein is usually the way we go. All right, so I can probably fit both of these in this pan. We're gonna let those be cooking. I'm gonna take this over to the sink real quick. Wash my hands. Okay, clean hands. Turn her out. See how we're doing. Cooking nicely. In the meantime, it's Tuesday. You may have noticed that it's taco day. And if I was a princess, I'd be a Taco Bell. But anyway, it's Tuesday, and so we're gonna have tacos tonight for supper, but I'm gonna go ahead and prep the meat now, and then that way, when it is time for supper, all we have to do is pull out the shells and the lettuce and tomato and cheese and all of the cold things from the fridge, but the meat will already be prepared. We can just pop it in the microwave and heat it up, and then we can cook. We can have our tacos really easy because I've prepped them this morning. So all that long cooking time that I would normally spend in the kitchen 3 times a day, I'm doing it all at once right now. That's going to save me time, which I need on Tuesdays. All right, let's see how these are looking. Not ready to flip yet, so I'm going to get that ground beef. Speaking of prepping, this is 2.5 pounds of ground beef. Obviously, we're not going to eat that much tonight with 2 people for our tacos, but we do eat tacos every Tuesday. So, I'm going to go ahead and cook it and prepare it, and then divide it up and put the rest in the freezer. so excited about this stupid little tool. Oh my gosh, my favorite little kitchen tool. Just chops that meat right up. Chop, chop, chop. Okay, listen, I saw my sister. She's got a vlog, and I saw her using this to mash bananas, and I thought to myself, why have I only ever used that for meat? What am I thinking? I don't know, but she was mashing bananas up to make banana bread, and I was like, genius. All right, I'm gonna put her link in there because it was like a really good recipe for Starbucks copycat banana bread or something like that. And anyway, you're probably gonna wanna try it. Okay, these look beautiful. I'm turning them over, let the other side cook. That's starting to cook. Let me check my bacon. Gorgeous. It's looking good. We're gonna let these things cook. I'm gonna go ahead and get a plate because I'm gonna put this on it for my husband. Be right back. I know this is Vlogmas and we're talking about Christmas and all of that, but I'm gonna make my day easier because remember I told you this is my crazy busy day? We got some leftover Thanksgiving plates. And that is what we're going to use for breakfast today. That means less time cleaning up in the kitchen for me. I'm actually prepping one for the bacon as we speak. All right, I've got about a cup and a half of water in my taco seasoning there. Let me check the bottom of these. Oh, they are perfect. Look how beautiful. Aren't they beautiful? Okay, there's that. That part of breakfast is finished. I'm just going to sit it in the microwave to stay warm while that bacon finishes up. Get this out of my way. That burner's off. I'm actually going to move this pot to this front burner because it's easier for me to reach. Okay. So what are some things? I love learning new stuff. So I would love to hear what you guys do to save time on busy days in the kitchen. Do you meal prep for the whole week? Do you meal prep for the day? Do you not meal prep? Is, you know, like I just told you, I use paper plates when I have them so that it's less kitchen cleanup. I've also been known to use my fine china for no reason on a Tuesday for tacos because why not? You have it, don't waste it. But busy day, we're using paper. Let that meat cook up, and then I don't know what you guys use for tacos, but this is my family's favorite, so this is what we use. And super easy. You just put this in when it's all browned. You're gonna put this in there with some water, and then let it reduce. Now, let's talk about how we cook this meat. I get 97 grease. So there's very little fat in this meat, in this ground beef. And then I don't drain it. When it's finished, there's very little. I add my water and my seasoning to it, and I keep the little bit of fat that's in there. If you are like an 80-20 girl, you're probably going to want to drain your meat after it's cooked because you're going to have a lot of grease in there. But you're not going to see me draining it, so that's why. Just letting you know. All right, back to cooking. If I were to do this 3 times today, I would spend 3 times as much time in the kitchen, right? But while my bacon's cooking, while I've already cooked my French toast, my supper is ground beef is browning. Bacon smells so good. Do you see how this just chops that meat up like it's nothing? Pulverizes it. Well, it does not take much to entertain me. That's almost finished. Let that cook for just a few more seconds. In the meantime, I'm going to put these pans over in the dishwasher. Okay. That looks pretty done. And I'm going to add 2 packages, because this is 2.5 pounds of meat, or 2.25 pounds of meat. I'm going to add 2 packages of taco seasoning. You can use whatever taco seasoning of your choice. We like this. And then I've got about 1.5 cups of water. Mix that in there. And let that finish cooking. That'll reduce and all those flavors will meld in there. I'm about to pull that bacon out and flip it. So pretty. Okay, I'm just going to flip these over and put them back in for a few more minutes. And then when this is all finished cooking, there will be grease on the parchment paper, but I'll just let that get cold and it'll solidify a little bit, and then I can just pull that parchment paper right up and put it in the trash. And if there's any grease that slipped underneath and got on the pan, I can just use one of these silicone spatulas, scoop it right up. Super easy cleanup. I love that about cooking bacon in the oven. Plus there's no grease splatter. So I'm not having to clean that mess up all over the kitchen. That's going to continue cooking. In the meantime, let me turn this down and let that cook, and then let's go make lunch sandwiches. All right, my bacon is almost finished, so before we make these sandwiches, I'm going to pull the bacon out and put it on a paper plate to drain. But before I do that, I was using eggs to cook. So I'm going to clean this surface. I've already washed my hands, but I've just got some Lysol wipes here. And I'm going to just clean this off before I make the next thing, because I don't want to cross-contaminate. And salmonella. I mean, who needs that, right? All right. And these, somebody asked me the other day what these were that I was using. They're Lysol wipes. Instead of being in that round canister that you fill it up, they're in like, reminds me of like when the kids were babies and you had the diaper wipes. They're in those things. They're great. I don't know why I love those, but anyway, I get them from Amazon. I can put the link to where I get those in the description as well. I'll put the link to all the things that I know of in the description. All right, let me pull that bacon out. So pretty. I'm just taking my plate and lined it with some aluminum foil. And then I'm going to put my bacon on here to drain. one or two pieces that I feel like could probably cook just a hair longer. I'm gonna pop those back in. And I like my bacon a little more done than CJ does. So these will be mine. It's only gonna take a second, so I gotta watch that. I'm notorious for forgetting about it. Help me remember. Okay, oops. Got a little bacon grease on the counter. No biggie, see? That's why I love these things. Okay, there's that. And I missed the garbage can. All right, sandwich time. Let's go ahead and make lunch sandwiches. Let me get a cutting board. And yes, I have a cutting board right there next to me, and that's fine. But these little babies, disposable, not disposable, dishwasher safe, flexible, just pull those out. This is the bread that you get at Walmart that is fresh baked. And we're gonna make some hoagies for lunch. And this is just a quick little Italian hoagie. We'll heat these up in the microwave. My husband likes to heat them in the microwave because then the bread stays soft. If you heat them in the toaster oven, then they get a little hard and it kind of hurts your roof of your mouth, he says. There's that perfect bacon. Put those other pieces on there. Set this aside. We'll see how long it takes me to be in the kitchen to make 3 meals. And that's gonna see how much time I've saved. My ground beef is still reducing over there. Okay, so I'm just gonna take these rolls, use a serrated knife to cut bread. And I'm gonna split them in half. They're really soft. Okay. And today it's just Italian hoagies, so I'm actually gonna put a tiny bit of, I love this squeeze